So we're now in the stage where we're narrowing it down to some words which really resonate with the values that we have started to describe for ourselves. So you're going to help us now narrow down onto some words. So first of all, how many words should that be? How broad and generic should we be, and how closed and tight and specific? Is it 3 values, 4 values? Is it a word? Is it a list of 10 that will eventually narrow down? What's the next piece?
So every company is unique and will do things in different ways. My honest opinion is that we should have 4 to 5 values because otherwise we forget them. You want to be able to remember your values and talk to people quite openly and honestly about them and not have to think about the seventh or eighth or ninth value. And 4 to 5 seems like a very good way of distilling the things that are really important, but also, having them everywhere, being able to demonstrate your behaviors, being able to talk to people about them. And that way they don't get lost in the sea of jargon.
Super. So you've now helped us examine us here at Build Your Edge, and we now understand what our values are, who we are, and to a degree, some aspiration. We understand now what our values should be, and you've helped us get it down to a list of, let's just say, 4 words, which now represent our values. But those words on their own are pretty useless because they're open to interpretation. And as you said earlier on, I think was integrity. What does that mean? So now how do you help us go to the point where those words are values that we can actually remember? And I guess a single word is useless, but equally a paragraph is equally useless. How do you help us get it down to a value that can appear somewhere and I can remember and I can begin to enact?
Yeah. Um, so let's say we work through this. We've come to the idea that curiosity is really important for Build Your Edge, for getting podcasts and speakers together. And we've decided that to us at Build Your Edge, curiosity is the desire to understand why. The first
I
thing I
like
always
that. That resonates as a really good value. We'll go with
Okay,
that. Yeah.
well, maybe you can
Yeah.
use it in the future. So
Yeah.
the
Coming,
desire,
coming to a website near you soon. Yeah.
I love it. Let's do it. See, and let me ask you, let me turn it back. What makes the desire to understand why resonate more than curiosity?
Mm. So if I think of Build Your Edge, we are really trying to help other people, right? And I spend a long time talking to guests saying, with all due respect, it's not about you, it's about the audience. So having that conversation with someone like you, Alia, me being curious and asking the dumb, stupid shit questions to help me and everyone listening understand what it is that you're doing so they can take it away and use it themselves. For me, I need curiosity.
Absolutely. So you need curiosity, it's one of your values, but understanding the why, what's the difference between curiosity and understand the why?
Mm. I'm going to think about this one live. Um, that's a tough question, actually. I don't know the answer to that. I think I need to be curious so that other people can understand the why. In my mind, they're sort of connected but different. I don't know if I'm answering that question very well. Help me out here, Alia.
It's like, that's what I'm here to do. No, do
Yeah.
you know what? You're right. They are connected, but they're different. So curiosity is the noun. Understand the
Ah,
why makes it actionable. It's
got it. I
something that
understand.
you can do, right? And so that's what makes the biggest difference from going above and beyond doing your initial Google search or your to dig a little deeper to get to an answer, whatever it might be. In the context of Build Your Edge, it might mean dedicating more time to exploration or proactively looking for new show formats or reaching out to experts in the industry. It will be however you define it, but being able to understand the why takes us a little bit further from the noun of curiosity. And that's what I would do is I would want to make it actionable. So
Got
the
it.
first thing I like to ask is there a verb attached to it? If you have a verb attached to it, you can start to do it, right? And so making all of these values actionable is turning it into that verb, whether it's to ask, to explore, to learn, whichever. And when you define your values, you create a playbook of behaviors that then become observable and repeatable. So this really takes us from the next step of it being a word on the wall to something that we can actually do.
I understand. So curious is something I can be, but ask better questions is something I can do.
Exactly.
I
And when we
understand.
do it, it becomes much more relatable as a behavior.
Yeah. And if everybody here at Build Your Edge asked more questions, then overall the organization is going to grow in the way that we want it to grow.
Exactly in the way that you express the value. And you'll know that you've succeeded because the Build Your Edge team won't be just talking about curiosity, but they're going to be using its behaviors as a verb. And they'll say, I'm going to dig a little deeper on this speaker before we write the script, or let's ask a few more questions to understand why. And you start to see your values being lived in daily conversations as an action. And then, they become a part of your actual culture.
Love it. Love it.